This month is all about modifications for the ankle. So if we're coming into a yogi squat and somebody has sensitive ankles or really tight calves, or maybe some instability in the hips, those can all play a role in comfort in that pose. And so we get some props. We can also just roll up the mat a couple of times. This one's thicker, so it's harder to keep it down, but you can, instead of just coming into a full-on squat, you can just roll the mat a couple times depending on what feels good for your ankles, and that takes some of that flexion out. So we can be here, and that's sort of the simplest variation. The other thing to remember is when you're in the squat, we want to make sure that our inner ankles aren't collapsing, just like in any other pose. So we're going to put this here. I just have it rolled out a little bit, and we're going to go as close as we can comfortably. And so then we can bring the hands here, nice flat back. You know, again, we're lengthening down through the tailbone, gauging that pelvic floor. And if someone is really tight, you could even have them lean against a wall just to try to keep the back flat. But if someone's really tight, you grab a block and you put it under their seat. So depending on size, like for me this doesn't stretch really anything, but if somebody's really tight, they might be going, holy cow, that's a lot. But we're reducing the angle change on that ankle. So we could be here, and you can change up the arms if that feels better. I really like this pose. It's one of my favorites. So it's pretty simple, but it makes a really big difference, especially if somebody is trying to gain some flexibility. You can always fold this over again, or you could have another blanket on top.